President, we thank you. The workers of BIR, thank you for honoring us this afternoon. We are deeply honored with your presence. We also would like to thank our invited guests, the members of the cabinet, and the heads of the various agencies who are here present, the guests from the private sector. We thank you for accommodating us and taking time to be with us this afternoon. Mr. President, with your indulgence, we would like to present a short video of what happened since the time we took over in July 2016. May we have the video, please?
Malinaw ang instructions at vision ng administration ni President Duterte. Linisin ang BIR at gawing madali at mabilis para sa mga taxpayers ang mga proseso dito. It has been a year since the Bureau committed to work for change. Tingnan nga natin kung anong nangyari. Simulan natin sa collection. From July 2016 to June 2017, the BIR has collected more than 1.6 trillion pesos. This collection is almost 9% higher than the previous year. This collection performance is mainly due to the changes the Bureau started since last year. Halimbawa, yung mga dating proseso na inaabot ng ilang araw bago matapos at napakaraming papeles at pirmahan ng dinadaanan, ina-streamline na. New business owners are encouraged kasi mabilis at madali nang mag-register. Napabilis din ang transactions for ONET and e-car. Marami din ang natuwa at nakinabang sa streamlined issuance of tax clearance.
Nag-apply ako ng tax clearance noong June 27. Ang sabi sa akin, bumalik ako ng June 29, 10 to 11 a.m. And now, it's June 29, 10:45 a.m. Nakuha ko po ang tax clearance.
Mas mabilis na ngayon ang pagpare-renew ng tax clearance kasi unang-una, isang taon na ngayon bago ka uli mag-renew. Unlike dati, every 6 months renew kanyang renew.
From 15 working days, 5 days na lang ang processing time ng BIR's ICC and BCC. The Bureau also removed requirements for renewal of tax exemption rulings for non-stock, non-profit educational institutions. The BIR also entered into a memorandum of agreement with the NHA and HUBCC to prioritize and expedite the processing and issuance of the BIR ruling relative to tax exemption of socialized housing projects. May MOA din with the DTI para mapabilis ang issuance ng TIN para sa mga nagnenegosyo.
Pumunta ako dito sa BIR para kumuha ng TIN. Dumating ako dito, 1:00. Hindi ko alam na ganito kabilis. Ngayon, wala pa palang 1 oras. Eto na, nakuha ko na. Akala ko pababalikan pa ako bukas.
Ngayon, di na mauubos ang oras natin sa pabalik-balik at matagal na proseso. Happy ang taxpayers! The e-services of the Bureau have also been enhanced the past year. The EFPS is now easier and faster because of additional application servers. Kaya for the past 12 months, mas marami nang nag-file ng tax returns through EFPS. Siyempre, konektado din dito ang mas improve at mas mabilis na downloadable e-BIR forms. Ang pag-submit, one click. Bukod sa mabilis na pag-download ng mga forms, mas simple na din sila. Mas konti ang pages at required fields, madaling intindihin, mabilis mag-fill up. The past 12 months also saw an intensified tax enforcement campaign. Patuloy din ang pagsasampa ng kaso sa mga erring taxpayers through the RAID program. Nakakolekta naman ang Bureau ng 142 million pesos mula sa Oplan Candado program. Dumami din ang mga bilang ng taxpayers na nabisita sa tax mapping operations and tax compliance verification drive. The Bureau also initiated programs on transparency, professionalism, and integrity.
Based on my personal experience with my frequent dealings dito sa BIR, ang pakiramdam ko every time I come over para merong queries or maidulog na problems, ang pakiramdam ko ay palaging merong solusyon. They are so quick in giving response and always backed up by revenue regulations. Pag bumabalik ako sa office, meron tuloy ako na isasabi sa aming management and feeling namin we are properly guided. Kaya laking pasasalamat ko talaga sa BIR.
So far po, experience namin sa BIR, ang mga taxpayer po, tinatrato nila ng VIP. Lagi po kaming red carpet treatment dito. Una-una dahil ang mga taga-BIR, napaka-competent at napaka-professional. Pangatlo, ang proseso po rito ay transparent. Nakikita po namin at nalalaman namin paano kukuha ang mga desisyon at tinitinan kami at kami rin tinitinan namin sila bilang partner sa paglago ng aming negosyo.
With all the accomplishments of the BIR in the past 12 months, marami pa silang plano para sa mga susunod na taon. Marami pang kailangan gawin at mga programang dapat simulan. At ang taong pwede magkwento sa atin ng mga planong yan ay syempre si Commissioner Cesar Dulan. Ano pa po ba ang mga plano ng Bureau?
We will continue to simplify yung mga tax forms, di ba? And para mapadali sa mga taxpayers, we went into a what you call taxpayer segmentation. We divide the taxpayers into large, medium, and small taxpayers. We can address yung madalas na banggitin ng taxpayer na masyadong madalas ang reporting at filing nila. So we will address yung frequency of filing by this segmentation of the taxpayers. Gusto rin natin i-improve yung IT system natin, electronic filing, electronic registration.
Regarding recapturing public trust, ano po ba ang ginagawa ng Bureau tungkol dito?
During my first day in office, ang ginawa ko is to recall all letters of authority. Yan ang ginagamit nilang pang-imbestiga sa mga taxpayer. Ngayon, hindi naman masama yan. Pero may opportunity dyan na gamitin pang-haras. And we created a special committee on investigating this area. yung matagal na letters of authority na hinahawakan ng mga examiners. On the other hand, hindi kami humihinto dyan. We continue to file the run after tax evader cases with the Department of Justice. Tuloy-tuloy yan. It's a continuing program. Just to show that we are also unrelenting in our law enforcement.
Cob, naka-isang taon na po tayo. Ano po pong mensahe nyo para po sa BIR at para po sa mga taxpayers?
Magtulungan tayo. So for all of us in the BIR, we have a bigger role in the development of this country by doing our job well, by doing it with competence, with professionalism, and with integrity.
Nakakaisang taon pa lang pero kita na ang pagbabago. And with all the programs in place, we can expect more from the Bureau of Internal Revenue.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Lulay, for your heartwarming and very informative presentation of the BIR Accomplishments Programs and Project.
Mr. President, the workers of BIR are amply represented here. We have the regional directors, the revenue district officers all over the region, and the heads of the offices here in the national office. We hear your message clear, and we have committed, and they have committed to increase their collections, to be able to support your critical projects, and to support the Marawi rehabilitation, Mr. President. And so together with the workers and employees of BIR, we assure you of our continued efforts to increase collection para sa bayan, para sa Diyos, para sa Pilipino. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much again, Commissioner Lulay. And now to give an inspirational message to all revenuers and stakeholders of the BIR, let us listen to the message from the Secretary of Finance, Secretary Carlos Dominguez.
President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Executive Secretary Salvador Mendaldea, fellow Cabinet Secretary, Secretary Panelo, Secretary Briones, Secretary Bello, Commissioner Billy Dulay, former commissioners of the BIR, Cito Esquivias, Liway Chato, Jojo Bunyag, Undersecretary Chongko, and Assistant Secretary Hoven, fellow workers in government, friends, ladies and gentlemen. The Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Republic's main revenue generator, is now 113 years old. This indispensable agency enables government to play the lead role it does in shaping the country's progress. When the Bureau performs at its best, the Republic is able to invest effectively in our people's development. When it does not perform at its best, the Republic is dragged into deficits and into debt. Today, so much expectation is placed on our main revenue agencies, the BIR foremost among them. The Duterte administration is embarking on a massive infrastructure program and widening social services. Both will eventually redound to dramatically lowering poverty incidence in our country. Both, of course, will involve an escalation in public spending. The administration is prepared to accept a budget deficit of 3% to fund the infra program. The Build, Build, Build program is indispensable to bringing our economy at par with our neighbors. We have to improve the efficiency of moving people and goods across the archipelago. We have to rapidly improve our capacity to accept much higher tourist flows. By improving an efficiency of movement, our economy can be more competitive in attracting investments. More investments will translate into more quality jobs. Improving revenue flows is the linchpin to this bold visionary strategy. Those inflows will ensure a stable fiscal position even as we pump prime the economy through investments in vital infra projects. Ensuring robust revenue inflows is a patriotic duty. In order to ensure robust revenue flows, we have undertaken administrative reforms in both the BIR and Customs, as was seen earlier. These reforms have produced results. Collections in both agencies have risen significantly. The increase in collection is projected to continue improving into the medium term. Beyond that, we have introduced a comprehensive tax reform package that will make our tax policy simpler, fairer, and more efficient. The reform package will escalate our economic growth and make development more inclusive. I am sure the adoption of this package will inspire us to work even harder. Please accept my warmest commendations for the great work the Bureau has done in the case of Mighty Corporation. Assiduous investigative work and effective enforcement broke what could be the biggest instance of tax fraud in our country. The cases built against Mighty forced the erring company to sell off its assets in order to meet its tax liabilities. Mighty offered the government a settlement amount of 25 billion pesos exclusive of tax of 5 billion pesos. President Rodrigo Duterte ordered us to accept the settlement offer, producing a revenue windfall. Again, this is the largest tax settlement in history, and congratulations to Billy and all of you. The beauty of this settlement is Mighty, as a consequence of its sale of assets, will not be in the tobacco cigarette manufacturing business anymore. Cigarette manufacturing has always been a troublesome sector as far as collecting proper taxes is concerned. With the new tools for surveillance and documentation of tax payments, this should be a smaller problem in the future. As a result of BIR's decisive action against Mighty, we now expect revenues from sin taxes to increase by at least 1 billion pesos a month. Congratulations again for that. Health services for the country's poor. I look forward to more accomplishments similar to the cases of Mighty Corporation. These accomplishments are the vigilance of the BIR. I am aware of the great challenges our revenue agencies face and the institutional remedies we need to put in place. Raising revenues is never easy. There are temptations that could weaken our professional commitment. We need to be constantly aware the nation depends so much on how well we do our jobs. As we move forward, let me share with you an inspiring quote from John F. Kennedy. And I quote, "We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one we are willing to accept one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. Compared to JFK's successful effort to land the man in the moon in less than a decade from its inception, our task as revenue managers might seem easier, although in fact, it is similarly complex. With the correct vision, enough determination, and excellence, we do intend to win. We will win this effort to bring our country's revenue policies and administration into the 21st century and to bring our country from poverty into prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary Dominguez. To formally introduce to us our guest of honor this afternoon, let us give a warm applause to Executive Secretary Salvador C. Medialgo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The President of the Republic of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Thank you. Sit down. Thank you for the courtesy. About two pages. Then I bid you goodbye. But may I, alam mo yung mga tao na dito sa cabinet ko, puro kilala ko to. Not just since bata pa kami. And I assure you that you have the best, brightest is sunny. But kami mga, ako, 75, okay na. Pero you have Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdia. He's from Davao. When my father was governor of Davao, it's one big province known. His father was the provincial fiscal. Eventually, he became a justice of the Supreme Court. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III, kababata ko talaga to. And since maliit pa kami, from grade 1, consistent to, valedictorian. But we share a common interest nung bata pa kami. Kasi yung tatay niya, mahal pa noon yung Playboy magazine. Magpunta kami doon sa Lagoon near our subdivision. And doon namin tignan yung mga center, yung pin-up. Memorize pa niya hanggang ngayon yung mga pangalan ng mga babae. So, sige, good memory. He's really bright. Si Secretary Briones naman, I know her as a good public servant, the national treasurer, and she's a brilliant co-worker in government. Cesar Dulay, pati ito si Belo, kaharap kami sa dormitoryo. Ang roommate ko si Yasay. Ang magka-roommate, itong puro Ilocano to. Dulay is from Baguio, Bebot from Isabela. Ito yung mga lead basketball player namin noon sa dormitoryo. Pero sa awa ng Diyos, hirap na maglakad silang dalawa. Puro operasyon na lang. Bebot, I don't know what happened. Dulay, I think it's dito banda. Mga kasama ko sa gobyerno, may co-workers, mga kababayan. Hindi rin ako orator, isa niyan. He won the Voice of Democracy when we were high school. It used to be an American-funded mga program. Dalawa ang taga Davao nanalo. One was an Indian, but itong isa si Sunny. Nasabi naman nila lahat gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo na salamat po sa tulong ninyo sa akin. I am just an ordinary worker of government. Wala man akong credentials na pareho sa kanila na wala akong American education. Hanggang Pilipinas lang po ako. Pero ang tulong ninyo sa akin ang mas importante. It is not really my credentials, but maybe I can give you a commitment of good faith. Huwag na akong magyabang ng honesty. Lahat naman tayo fit to play. Pero baski noong estudyante pa kami, we knew each other and we used to measure the character from one from the other. Kaya kami nagsama ng matagal. It's because there were times sa pagsama namin na makikita mo yung karakter ng tao. So nagkakilala kami, became lawyers, and when I won, kinuha ko sila kasi makatulong. So yan ang istorya lang namin. That's the long and short of our pagsasama. We were then friends, and we're still friends, and I knew then, as I know now, that I really can count on them to help me. Ito lang masasabi ko sa inyo. Ay yung kinulekta ninyo na pera para sa bayan, mapunta talaga sa bayan. Sigurado yan. Wala kayong marinig. I assure you that you will never hear a story about us going into transactions or yung mga overpriced. I will not allow it. I will never allow it. Yan lang kasi pagyabang ko sa tao. I've been mayor of Davao City for 23 years. One time I was a congressman, and one time ako yung vice mayor ng anak ko si Inday. Yung panahon na yung binugbog niya yung sheriff. That's my daughter. Ang maasahan ninyo, wala talaga. Nothing. You will never, ako honestly, I do not even have a number with, ito sila lahat. Wala akong yung tawag-tawag, sabihin na, you can tap all the wires in the world. You'll never hear me asking a favor for myself or for somebody. Wala kayong kuha, wala kayong makuha. I've never signed any voucher for any meal allowance. Ang kinukuha ko lang po dyan, sweldo lang. Tinitiis ko lang yan. Kulang kasi, well, now, medyo maluwang na. I think that, magkano yung sweldo ko? 200. Kasi dalawa ang pamilya ko yan. Yan ang problema dyan. Kaya huwag kayong magsabi ang mga chismis na may babae. Kasi pag dagdagan ko pa ng isa yan, ang labas ko dito, graft and corruption talaga. Sigurado yan. Magpasok ka ng itong akin, dormitoryo mo lang. Ito noon. Taksi lang. Maghingi ng kutsi ka. Yung ito repossess, sabi ko, wag na. Could only generate. So, alam ko, taksi ka na lang. Mag-date kami sa motel. Wala yung mga hotel. Ay, ito, prangkahan talaga. Totoo. Yun lang akin. Meron rin akong andiyan para si Father Balatbat. Lahat ng confessions ko sa kanya, kalahati noon puro bakak. Ang bakak, sinungaling. Kasi mahiya man ako magsabi ng totoo sa kanya. Kaibigan kami. We all have fit to play. Tao lang tayo. Pero dito, sinasabi ko, hindi lang sa inyo, kaya sumasaludo ako because of the impressive performance of the BIR. The helm of BRI Commissioner. We're doing good. we're doing good. Ang ano lang sa atin is yung law and order. I hope to, I pray to Allah that these things will pass as soon as possible. We're winding up there, but nitong kung sana MI lang pati MN, we are still talking until now. Ang problema dito, yung mga extremists na homemade, napasukan ng another extremist na mga ulol, itong ISIS. And pagka yan ang dami sa Mindanao, probably we will have a dismembered country. I'm warning you. At saka itong sa federalism seems to be a distant star sa taong Pilipino. Sabihin ko na lang na yun sa inyo, and you remember me when all this it will come to pass, at maalaala ninyo ako, if we do not reconfigure at least an arrangement where we can accommodate our Moro brothers in Mindanao, for historically, talagang nauna mo rin sila doon, they were the original natives of Mindanao converted to Islam. So sila yon. Long before Magellan landed dyan sa Leyte, almost all of the tribes in Mindanao, Islam na. So it was conquered by the Spaniards, no, rather subjugated, that's the word. They were only able to establish control sa periphery. But in the heartland, ngayon ng Central Mindanao, Lanao, and as a matter of fact, nobody set foot dyan sa hulo na yan. Walang Amerikano nakapunta dyan. And yet, because of the Treaty of Paris, ending the war between Spain and America, nasali yan. So, arbitrarily, I would say, but that is the reality. Kaya sabi ko sa mga kapatid kong mga Moro, you just have to take into account the reality on the ground now. Mas marami ang Kristiyanos dito, and I suppose, pag pinilit ninyo yan, there will be a bloodbath. And in control is the government of the Republic of the Philippines. Sabi ko sa kanila mag-usap. So I am ready to talk to everybody. The huge expense that I have to, if there is a war, alam mo isang bullet ng M60, that's about 150 now. Imagine isang putok 150. Isang magazine could buy so many sacks of rice. Kaya, it's a debilitating thing itong. So as much as possible, we have to talk. Now, I am asking you to reconsider your paradigm about, because itong unitary type was the form set in place by the Spaniards when they were here. It's a unitary type, and everything is controlled in Imperial Manila. Kaya Imperial, kasi ako nakita na dyan, even the slightest movement, kaya magpunta kayo ng Amerika, kami, we have to go to Malacanang for this and that. You have to get rid of this thing, actually. Loosen up a bit and just give to the Moro people yung resources na kanila. If you have been to Lanao, my grandmother is from there. Kaganda ng Lake Lanao. Laki. It could sustain life for everybody in Mindanao. If this could be developed, then geared to a productive and the distribution is equal, I think that I can guarantee not really a prosperous, malayo pa yan. It could never come during my time. maybe a little bit of comfort in life. Yan lang ang masasabi ko sa inyo. Because I need money and we have so many expenses to share with everybody, including gera dito. I have to go to fund the military. I have to reorganize the police. I need 20,000 new soldiers. It's depleted. At ang police, I would need about 10 battalions of SAC-trained to assure patahawakan mo talaga ang I have to do all of these things, so I need really, but quite desperate kung saan kukunin yung I hate wars. Nobody wants it. Money goes out of walang kakwinta-kwinta, patayan lang. But nandyan and it's all over the world. Baka nga ito si Kim Jong-un, tarantado. You know, if that guy, I do not think that he is ready, but he is playing with dangerous toys. Yung buwang na yan. Hindi mo kakumpiyansan yung mukha. Sabi parang mabait. Ang putang ina niya, ano pala, maniac is magkamali ito, then the Far East will become an arid land. It must be stopped, itong nuclear war, because a limited confrontation and it blows up here. Sabihin ko siya, the fallout could deplete the soil, its resources, at ewan ko kung anong mangyari sa atin. Wala na tayong matanim na productive and all of these things. So let us all pray to God na somehow itong gago na to maano mo. But right now tayo, we're still suffering from poverty actually. Yung nakikita mo pupunta dito, yung mga stores na nasa sidewalk. Ako kaya yan ang masiguro ninyo. Lahat ng tao, mayaman o mahirap, yung elite, pati yung mga naghahawak ng lupa sa gobyerno, one is inquirer. Kung magsalita ang inquirer when they attack us in government, it is as if we are really a band of robbers out to yung sila, they have been holding the property for almost 50 years and they were able to negotiate. Pero wala na. There's no valid contract. They have to surrender it now because I need the money para gawaan ko. I can promise you, you have my word. This will be intended for the poor guys there. Maghanap ako ng lupa and build them something of what you would call a home. Yan ang plano ko. Yan, lahat yan. They must return everything, including an accounting of how much they collected all these years when they are not. Abogado man tayo. Yung lease contract nag-expire. You continue to lease it, which is not yours, the property. Then you continue to collect. So what does that mean? It means swindling on a large scale, because that is money that you should surrender. Magbayad ka doon sa BIR ng tama, doon sa may-ari ng lupa, then ito, and if I could prove, which I'm studying now, na yan ay economic sabotage, then I will file cases against them for economic sabotage. Then I will not allow bail. Makatikim rin sila ang mga mayaman for at once in their life makapasok sila ng prison. That is why I am very careful. Ayaw ko talaga, I do not entertain yung kiusap, ganun. Sabi ko, I do not even know the number of these guys. And I have never in my life, magtanong na kayo dyan sa intelligence so you can wiretap us. Wala ako ni minsan, since I became president, ni isa sa kanila wala akong tinawagan. Tumawag ako kay Panelo. But I was asking for a fashion kung anong isuot ko because he is the fashion guru of what would be an appropriate thing if you are wearing diagrams or checkered or whatever. Siya magsabi, hindi bagay. Dito ka lang sa maong mo, corduroy, yan lang ang bagay sa iyo, pati baro. So, I will have to take his word for it. Yan lang mo. Totoo. And I am dead serious. Hindi ako maging ganun if I am not careful myself, babagsak rin ako. Babagsak rin ako. Makikita ng mga military, pati police na ganun, tapos sila ganun pa rin ang hirap sa buhay. Magkukudita yan. Especially if you do not take care of marami. There's a lot to be a rehab. I have lost so many soldiers and policemen. And I have to go into a long-term therapy sa tinamaan. 1,000 plus na yan sila. May isa pa akong sabihin sa inyo. I'd just like to discuss pareho tayo gobyerno. Do not mind about speeches. I do not deliver speeches actually. I dialogue with my audience. Itong lowest bid, ito ang pinaka-source sa corruption. So, sinabi ko kila Drilon kagabi, kita man kami, kay sila Ping, sila Unasan, Chis Escudero, do something about this. Yung lowest bid, yun talaga ang pinaka-corrupt. Ang lowest bidder is a 1 to 3 guy. Pag manalo yan, it would be a miracle if you really get something of your money's worth that is really the appropriate price as the lowest bid. All yan done. I've been campaigning the entire length and breadth of the country. I have seen mag-landing ako kasi parang basketball court. Only to find out, sabi ko, ano to? Sabi, ano yan, Mayor? Yung runway yan, hindi pa natapos. Tapos pinatignan ko doon sa record. Tapos na. Mayroon pa dito isang probinsya, criss-crossing ang highway. Parang may circumferential road. Lahat. Doon sa papel. Pinuntahan mo yung lugar, anak ng po, isang highway lang. This has to stop. This has to stop. It is not only bleeding, it's nag-hemorrhage ang taong bayan sa pera na. Kaya ako, since I really hit hard against corruption, I myself, I do not entertain yung mga patulong. Sorry, I am not really up to it now. Kasi talagang pag may amoy ako, yung asawa ko nga, may wife, taga BIR Davao, reklamo yan kasi maraming koleksyon, may pahabol pa. Sige ko, bayaran mo na. But she is also making good. Ganun lang yan, but she started itong donut when I was a congressman, and that would be around 1999, 1990. Wala ako, pagsabi kolekta, sabi ko, bayaran mo yan. Sumobra ko, bahala na. Eh ngayon, marami ng negosyo. Medyo mayaman, masabihin mo, a few millions in her pocket. Kasi marami na siyang donut, about 12, 13. Tapos lahat ng, hindi ka man mayaman niya, siyempre, asawa ka ng mayor. Magsabi ka doon sa mall na magpabili ka ng meat. Pero siyempre, accommodated ka ta. Wala namang korupsyon dyan. Kaya napagbibigyan ka talaga. Siya na ang may hawak ng baboy ngayon. Halos kanya na. So, nayaan ko lang kasi bright eh. And she started her business even while she was an OFW. So, totoo yan. She was far away but she was running her donut. Babayad kami. Kolekta kayo sobra, we will pay. So, sobrahan pa ninyo, sige lang. Pangatlong kolekta, putang ina, barilin mo na yung yawa na. Nakaw na ito. And ito, we will abide. I will abide by all rules. Whatever. Kasi ayaw kong babalikan ako. Mabalikan mo ako, ibang bagay. Sa totoo lang. Mabalikan mo ako. If you, may mga taga-Davao tanong, may risk back yan, pero never sa pera. You know why? You know why? What? Yung ombudsman, wala pa yan. There was a time, an office was created, known as the Tanod Bayan. If you remember, ako yung isa sa dalawa sa Mindanao na Tanod Bayan Special Prosecutor. At the same time, ako yung isang fiscal doon. So I had a dual task at the time. So I have prosecuted so many cases. Kaya magaling ako dyan sa dokumento yung how it is done, yung presentation ng documents. Kaya isip ko kung ako ang kahirap na mabuhay na ito, once upon a time we were there prosecuting people for graft and corruption, tapos ikaw na, that would be an irony in life that I must avoid even at the cost of my life. Pero itong sabi ko, hindi lang kasi nakinig silang iba. I made a solemn promise also na I want my city then. You know, yung iba katingin nila kasi sa akin, isang mayor lang na palagoy-lagoy kasi Davao eh. But in theory actually, and which is really my paradigm, I am there to serve. So when I became mayor, I said, nandyan pa ako, Dulay was working for Alsons, Bebot sila rin, Alcantara and Sons, Davao. Sunny owns the Marco Polo. May discount kayo lahat doon. Sabihin mo lang BIR ka. He owns the Marco Polo of Davao. Mayaman na talaga dati. I promise ako, sabi ko, I'm not to myself. Well, I am a mayor, but I am tasked to build a city. So from noon, kayo nakakita what Davao is now, then alam ninyo kung anong nangyari. But I said to everybody, I'm trying to, make the city tolerable, to live in, even just to live. Sabi ko, start behaving and do not with me. So there was this sloganeering, I said, do not destroy my city because I will kill you. Do not do drugs in the city because you will drag the young people of my city into perdition. Do not deprive us of our mga anak namin kasi mahirap lang kami. Pagdating ng panahon, yung mga anak namin ang magbili sa amin ng lugaw to buy the medicines, pay for the hospitals, and minsan may mga lupa-lupa sinasangla pa just so that you would live. Yun ang burden ng buhay ng Pilipino. Saan kami papunta ko yung anak kong inaasahan, ginagawa mo na ng gago. Saan ako mag-asa ngayon? Lalo na yung mga OFW, ang kanilang tatay nasa Kuwait, ang nanay nasa Saudi, they work their ass to death. Sometimes they are abused and raped with no recourse. They come home pregnant. They work back-breaking jobs para kumita lang, para mapadala ng pera dito sa Pilipinas, makapag-aral ang mga anak. Then you start to fuck things. Kaya ganon, sabi ko, do not destroy. I never said I will kill you. I never said I will order the police to kill you. My orders to the police and the military is to destroy the organization, the apparatus. If you happen to be there and you are a killable idiot there, pasensya ka. What I said is that do not destroy my city because I will kill you. Ako. Do not destroy them with drugs because I will kill you. When I became president, sinabi ko, lahat ng mayor, pinatawag ko 2 months ago. Sinira ko yung Malacanang. 3 batches din. Marami ng mayor. Sinabi ko sa kanila, putang ina ninyo, huwag ninyo akong lukuin. Pag papatayin ko kayo. Yung naniwala, ganon ang warning ko. As president, I will not allow myself to look stupid in front of the world and allow the country to degenerate into... Hindi ako not in my time at least. Huwag mong kumain sa akin yan. Sabi ko, protektado ko lahat ng pulis pati military nagtatrabaho. Kung nagtatrabaho yan, kita ba namang depensa ko? Utos yan eh. Destroy the apparatus. You cannot fight drugs just like an ordinary stabbing incident or mga gang war. Itong human rights. Sabi ko, biro naman yung I will abolish you. I need Congress to do that. Hindi nililecturan pa ako ng mga ulol. Hindi ko raw magawa yan. Alam ko. Yun naman kay biro ako kay ombudsman. Sinabi ko na huwag kayong mag-report ng ombudsman, patawag kayo. That was really an offshoot of a remark. A goaded people. God is ini-imber na mo to kill people. I never said that. I said criminal. There is no law made here or in heaven which says you cannot kill an idiot, a criminal, destroying your country and your people. Kaya ang warning ko sa lahat. Sabi ni Pinoy, parang walang nangyari. Sige, pumasok ka sa droga, Pinoy. Pag hindi kita pinutulan ng ulo, buang ka. Ano walang nangyari? Gago ka mga generals mo, yung aid mo. Yung aid ni Rojas, puro na sa droga, konektado. Number 1 dyan, yung bata ninyo, si General Luot, isa pa yung ulol na yan. I mention his name during pinatawag ko sila. Sabi ko, kung nandito si Luot, putang ina mo, huwag mong takot-takutin, general ka. It binds everybody. And I am ready to face the consequences. If it means death, so be it. If it means going to prison, ang problema yan. All you have to do is to read. Wala mo rin akong problema sa lamok because hanggang ngayon, even if you go to Malacanang, nagmumuskitero talaga ako. So I can just rub my whatever part of my body. Sige lang ako basa. Basta yun ang sabi ko. Panahon ko, ayaw ko yan. So take note kayong mga kriminal. Madali talaga kayong mamatay. Kasi kung nandiyan kayo, Ako naman sa police, stricto ako. But if they are really there fighting kung magkakaso, then you can read in the newspaper how I would react. Naturalmente. Pag sinabi ko, destroy the apparatus, tapos sabihin na ito ang nangyari siya, nag-serve kami ng ano. You know, yung search warrant, yung binibira nila kay ano, that is really for convenience. Because a warrant of arrest can really be served any time of the day or night. Yung sabi, preferably on the night. But kung ang operation ng shabu is not carried on during daytime because there is light, the police can go there anytime convenient for them to arrest. And I will stand by the police there. Wala naman nagtatransaksyon, nag-unload ng shabu ng araw in public view. That's crazy. Okay, sumunod yan. I will answer for it. I will say I ordered it. Bakit yung police would be stupid enough to carry on a shabu business? Daylight? Be crazy. Yung pagka ganon, huwag ka na lang magtrabaho. Tulog na lang kayo. You must at least give them the, at saka at the first sign of violence. Pagka ganon, patayin mo. Tama mo yung sinabi ni ano, I would rather see dead criminals than puta, may pamilya rin ito. Ito sabihin mo may pamilya yung pinatay, ay mga pulis pala. Wala. Yan yung mahirap dyan because they look at criminals as itong human rights, itong mga human rights guys. They look at criminals as they are saints. Parang walang kasalanan na sumari na pinatay. Gago itong sa... Kaya masakit ang salita ko sa kanila. Ibubo eh. Kung hindi ka, kung ganun kakabobo, paano matindihan trabaho ng pulis, trabaho ko? Corruption, ganun rin. So that is my message. It might really be harsh, as it may sound to you, but that is my character. Ganun talaga ako, baski nung estudyante pa kami. And they would not apologize for me, but they know ganon talaga ang bunganga ako. Even whenever sa law school, ganon talaga ang bunganga ako. Kasi pag itong Pilipinas, pag hindi ganon ang bunganga mo, ay pareho ka doon sa isa, yung sinundang ko. 2 punto dito, walang ginawa, never deliver extemporaneous. Sa amin yan, kaping, nagkakapi. Reading, malaala ko nga pala si pinakamabait. I don't know if he was released that state. Si Ong, dumaan ng BIR ninyo noon. Yun, mabait. Yun talaga mabait. I don't know about his performance, pero mabait yun. Kasi examination, gano'n kami ng libro. Tapos magbasa kami. Ito si Ong, ang bait niyan, magbasa ng time man kasi niyan. Do not copy. There is... This is an examination. You do not hold your books there. Tapos, you are talking there again. Do not talk because this is an examination. Gano'n lang. Di ka kaya sinunduan kay Solidong. May professor kayo, dumakang may nito lahat. To. Ateneo sila, San Beda ako. We were together in one dormitory sa YFJ. Meron kami isang professor. I will end my story. Hindi niya ma-pronounce yung Justice Solidong. Pakabagsik talaga noon. Ang ganyan. Ang ma-pronounce niya yung last syllable. tindig rin ako. Tindig rin si Duterte. Si Duterte, si Villacverte sa Bicol. Sa patingin siya na gano'n. Ay, God damn it! I only called Villacverte! You are Duterte! You sit down! You! Sabi ko, sir, sorry sir, because I did not. Gano'n niya, solidum eh. Sino ba duwa kay solidum? Sir, I did not hear my name, sir. Because you're always talking at the back, God damn it! Come here! Kayong bunganga namin, God damn it, ang basta kayo. Pag-upo doon sa taas. Gano'n ako. Okay. Berapa sit down. You're aside. Stay here, in the front. Front ako, gano'n ako. Sabi niya, start to recite, goddammit. What? Sabi ko, sir, there's no question yet, sir. Sabi pa po, ay, goddammit, Duterte. Do not scratch your dandruff in this room. Leave it in your head. That is the only one you have. Kaya, graduate kami sa ano, di bunga nga ako, ganun rin. God damn it, Duterte. Because you are always talking at the back. Come here. So, yun ang dinaanan namin. Ginagunan ko na, hindi naman ganun ka, no? Pero, ganun style na, ano. It was the old school of thought and the old a generation that really was better, a lot better than I suppose. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. At this point, may we kindly request the President for a photo opportunity. Batch 1.
Ikaw ang mundo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang